B. Smith, one of the best top dogs Wentworth ever had, but it didn't come without its problems. B. Smith went on an insane journey in Wentworth, which of course ends in tragedy. Now, I want you to come on a journey with me in a B. Smith ranking special. Hello everyone, welcome back to Wentworth Live and welcome to another Wentworth ranking video. Now in today's video I am going to be ranking the amazing B. Smith, Wentworth's original tragic character. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay then, so kicking this list off is 5 amazing B. Smith moments. So coming in at number 5. And it is B kills Braden. Now, it was the moment that we were all like waiting for. I mean, the whole of season 2 was based around B trying to kill Braden. And I mean, she tried twice. She tried to like wind Harry up, and which didn't work. And then she tried to like kill him herself in the visitors room. So when she finally managed to kill Braden in the final episode of season 2, I was cheering. At number 4, and it's B attacks Harry. So if you've been watching my season 1 reviews recently, I've recently reviewed this episode, and I really like echoed how much I just loved this moment. It's the first time we see B properly lose her shit, and yeah, it's just absolutely amazing. Coming in at number 3, and it is B burns Boomer's hands. Now, isn't obviously, a very nice thing for Boomer, but at this stage of Wentworth, Boomer was getting a little bit too big for her boots. She had bashed Liz after B had told her not to, so B was kind of left with no option but to teach Boomer a lesson, and not only that, also to show the women like how far B was willing to go. So it was kind of like a lot of B showing her authority to the whole prison, and she didn't let us down. I can remember being genuinely shocked at like how far B went, because obviously in seasons 1 and season 2 we didn't know that B was capable of doing this, but so when we first saw this I was like, wow, do not get on the wrong side of B. Saying that, just before B burnt Boomer's hands, she did say that she would bat to the wall to every single woman in that prison, but if one of them fucks her around, and then of course she burns Boomer's hands. A classic moment. And number 2, and it is B lays down the law. Now what I mean by this is it's the moment where B and her women take over the yard, and B goes head to head with Joan Ferguson and basically tells her, she runs this prison, she doesn't, and B just tells Joan how it's going to be from now on. Absolutely incredible moment. And at number 1, and it is B and Addie's first kiss. It has to go to the number 1 spot, because I can remember being like genuinely shocked at this romance, but I was also like really genuinely happy. And the moment where B and Addie kiss for the very first time, I feel is such a beautiful moment. If I could just sort of like bottle up that moment when they first kiss, it would just literally be so beautiful. Okay, so now we're on to 5 B. Smith quotes. So at number 5, it's quite a long one, and it is, I don't give a fuck what Frankie says, because Frankie won't be running things around here for much longer anyway. I really needed her to get off that phone. So this is the moment, basically B had just wound Boomer up an episode before and got Boomer slotted, and Frankie asked B what was it all about, and B just told Frankie what was going to be happening in this episode, and I just flipping loved it. I can remember going, ooh, yes B, love it. At number 4, and it's I'm gonna kill the fucker. So this is of course season 2 episode 1, and it's when B takes that last final sedative to basically go back into her dream state and see Debbie and open that front door, which is of course Braden Holt, and B just delivers that epic line that I'm gonna kill the fucker. Oh, love it. At number 3, and it's a very simple one, freak. This is the moment where B first gives Joan Ferguson the nickname Freak, and it's just epic, and just love it. And number 2, and it is If you rule through chaos, you reap what you sow. Oh, such a powerful statement there. This is when Joan Ferguson is being dragged out of a burning building, well, the prison, and B grabs Ferguson's arm as she's being taken away, and she just delivers this line, and I'm just like, wow. Oh, so it gives me goosebumps every single time. At number 1, and of course it is, you don't run this prison, I do. Oh, God. I just don't think there would be like an even bigger moment than this moment. I honestly think this was Wentworth high up at his best. Just this very, very scene. Love it. Okay, so top 3 B. Smith episodes. So these are episodes that, you know, really feature heavily with B. Smith, or had a big B. Smith moment. So at number 3, and it is To the Moon, Season 1, Episode 9. This is the episode where B learns of Debbie's death, and we see B's grief all through this episode, and yeah, it's absolutely heartbreaking to watch, but it just shows how much of a fantastic actress that Danielle is, who plays B. And yeah, it always makes me cry, this episode, but I just love watching it at the same time. It's one of those weird ones where, do you know, if you're in the mood to cry, just stick this episode on. At number 2, and it is Into the Night, Season 2, Episode 11. This is indeed the episode where B has the fight with Frankie. She then slices her own arms, goes to the hospital, and escapes into the night. It's just one of those episodes, like, it literally just blows you away. It doesn't matter how many times you see it. It's one of those episodes where I'll watch it on the TV and I will turn the volume all the way up just to get the full cinematic experience, because this episode seriously could be like a movie. Brilliant. And at number 1, it is The Governor's Pleasure, Season 3, Episode 1. Shouldn't be that much of a surprise to you if you regularly watch this YouTube channel. I absolutely love this episode. It may be like one of my best episodes ever. So yeah, this is why this is at number 1. Okay, so B. Smith sad funny moments. So coming in at number 3, and it is snails check in, but they don't check out. This is a hilarious moment between Addie and B when they're both slotted, but they're in the cells next to each other, and they start talking through the air vent, and then they start doing rap songs, and this is one of those few times where you see B genuinely happy because she's out of prying eyes of the prison, and it's just her and Addie. And then B tells the story about how Debbie made a snail hotel, and there was a snail repellent in there or something or other, so all the snails were dead, and it just makes me laugh every single time. At number 2, and it is B tries to hang herself. Oh god, it makes me cry every single time because, the whole episode, you witness B's grief just gets worse and worse and worse. She's then refused to go to Debbie's funeral, and she sees no other way out but to try and hang herself, and oh my goodness, it just makes me cry every single time. At number 1, and it is, of course, B's death. No, shouldn't be that much of a shock for you guys. I find this whole episode a struggle to watch, knowing that it's B's final episode. I just hate it. I hate the way she dies. Oh god, just don't even want to think about it. Let's go to the next list. So we got B. Smith, fuck, marry, and kill. Okay. This is actually quite an easy one for me. Probably the easiest fuck, marry, kill list I've ever done. So, who would B. Smith marry? She's gonna marry Addie Novak. Simple as. Who's she gonna fuck? Addie Novak. Simple as. Why? Because B was in love with Addie. True love. So, B's gonna marry her and she's gonna fuck her, and they're gonna, live a very happy life if B, of course, hadn't died. Anyway, who would B. Smith love to kill who she didn't end up killing? And of course, that has to be Joan Ferguson. B would have happily killed her if she had the opportunity. I mean, she did try to at the end of season 4. But of course she had the plan B thing going on, and she's gonna marry and fuck Addie, and she's gonna kill Joan Ferguson, and then B and Addie, they're gonna bury Joan after they've killed her, and then they're gonna have a little barbecue to celebrate on top of her grave. Oh god, I'm in a bit of a twisted mood today, guys. Okay, 3 B. Smith storylines that I had personally wished had happened. And guys, this is a good one. So, at number 3, Bea and Will romance. Now, I always thought that these two were gonna end up getting together, at least until when Addie arrived on the scene. I honestly thought that, these two were so suited. Will was lost, Bea needed someone to take care of her, and they had this brilliant friendship, like officer-prisoner friendship going on, and I always remember, I think it was maybe after season 2, and we were waiting for season 3 to happen. I remember saying to one of my friends, I really want Bea and Will to get together in the next season, or at least, fuck or something, because the chemistry between these two was amazing, at least until when Addie arrived. Now, at number 2, and I wish Bea had the opportunity to meet Rita. I think these two would have been a force to really have been reckoned with, and I honestly feel that if Bea had never lost being top dog, and of course with the loss of Maxine being transferred, with Rita coming in, I think Rita would have been like the new Maxine to Bea, and they just would have been like unstoppable, honestly. And if Bea had maybe been killed off later on down the line, Rita then would have taken Bea's place. But it wasn't meant to be. And at number 1, this is like another meeting now. I would love Bea to have at least met Lou Kelly. Like, maybe she did, I don't know. We never got to see Lou Kelly in season 2, but we know she was there. She was in one of the other blocks or the other units. She was, she wasn't in H block, but she was in prison in season 2 because she gets a mention. So maybe Bea did meet Lou Kelly, but we never got to see it. But I would have loved for Bea to have met Lou Kelly when Lou arrived in season 8. Can you just imagine the war that would have erupted between these two? I would have absolutely loved it. Okay, what if Bea had survived? Okay, well, if Bea had survived that vicious showdown with John Ferguson at the end of season 4, I reckon Bea would have been in hospital for the first few episodes of season 5, maybe the first half of season 5 recovering. Then maybe around episode 5, Bea would have returned to Wentworth, and season 5 I think then would have played out the same way that it did, the same storylines, just with the added bonus of Bea being in the season. We would have seen Bea and Addie's romance develop more and more, which we wanted to see, and by the end of season 5, Bea and Addie would have been working with Frankie on that escape in the box, and Joan still would have been buried alive by Will. But Bea and Addie, I reckon, or I would have liked to have seen them escape in a separate box along with Frankie. Then they would have said their goodbyes to Frankie while they were on the outside, and then it would have ended with Bea and Addie boarding an aeroplane going off to start a new life, while the camera then pans back over to Joan Ferguson lying in the box that she's buried in, running out of air, and that would have just ended on the season 5 cliffhanger. Now, for me, that would have been the perfect ending for Bea and Addie. I mean, that's just me really wanting a well-deserved happy ending for Bea Smith, but of course, guys, this is Wentworth, so the writers went for a more dramatic, tragic ending, but it's always good in hindsight looking at things from a different perspective. And that was my Bea Smith ranking special. So guys, what did you think of today's video? How nice was it reminiscing of old times? Literally one of Wentworth's finest characters, but now I'm at a little bit of a crossroads. Who would you like to see me rank in next week's video? Let me know in the comments box below, just so you guys are helping me to make a decision. Anyway guys, thank you all for watching today's video. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. Have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you all again very soon.